Chosen one, this moment is not an accident. You are not here by chance or curiosity. You have been summoned into this exact hour by divine appointment. Heaven has aligned your steps with precision, because what you are about to hear carries the weight of destiny. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural shift, one that could unfold today, tonight, or in the coming days. This is a Kairos moment, the appointed time spoken of in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. Though the vision may seem delayed, it will come to pass at the appointed time and will not fail. And in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Anointed one, heaven has not gathered you here merely to comfort you, but to awaken you, to prepare you, to position you. The silence you endured was not punishment, but preparation. The waiting was not denial, but alignment. Right now, the soil beneath your life is shifting. The doors that resisted you are weakening. What you lost is being rewritten. What was delayed is being accelerated. Take a breath. Quiet your spirit, because what comes next has the power to transform your heart, your future, and even your finances. This is holy ground. Step into it. Chosen one, there is a sacred stirring in the atmosphere around you, and even if your physical eyes cannot yet see the evidence, your spirit can already sense the shift. You're standing in a moment where heaven is leaning in, where the unseen is aligning itself with the promise God has spoken over your life. The things that once felt immovable are loosening. The places where you experienced lack are beginning to soften, like soil after rain. This isn't coincidence. It isn't imagination. It's the early tremor of a divine breakthrough. You are stepping into a season where financial burdens begin to lift, not because of luck, not because of human strategy, but because heaven has decided it is time. The long drought of scarcity is meeting the first drops of abundance. And I know this may sound bold, even unbelievable, if you're still surrounded by overdue bills, uncertainty, or the weight of responsibilities. But chosen one, miracles rarely begin in abundance, they begin in emptiness. Breakthrough doesn't fall upon the comfortable, it finds the faithful. I say this not from theory, but from journey. I have walked through seasons where my bank account stood silent as a graveyard, where opportunities vanished, and where doors remained shut no matter how hard I knocked. And in those seasons, I questioned, doubted, wondered if God had forgotten my name or skipped my address. Yet it was in those exact moments that the foundations of faith were quietly laid, when my strength failed, but grace didn't. When logic had no answer, but provision still came. Not always instantly, not always dramatically, but with precision so divine, it humbled me. That's why I can tell you this with conviction. The season you are walking into is not built on chance. It is built on preparation. The endurance you cultivated when no one saw, the prayers you whispered when no one listened, the kindness you offered when bitterness would have been justified, the generosity you extended when your own hands were shaking. Heaven saw it all. And now, the seeds sown in faith, seeds you thought had died, are breaking the soil. Chosen one, divine favor doesn't appear loud at first. It starts like dawn, soft, then undeniable. Before you notice the shift externally, you feel it internally. A restlessness, a hope, a holy expectation, rising even when circumstances remain unchanged. That's the signal. That's the sign. The spiritual atmosphere always shifts before the physical earth responds. Like the prophet wrote in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, "The vision waits for an appointed time, and though it lingers, it will not lie." This is your appointed time. But let me speak plainly. Divine provision will not always announce itself with applause. Sometimes it will come quietly, in opportunities that feel small. Sometimes it will arrive as an idea in the middle of the night, a sudden clarity, a divine nudge. Other times, it will come through a person you never expected. And occasionally, it will come through a door you didn't realize was open until you stepped toward it. Financial restoration is not only about money, it is about dignity, it is about breathing room, it is about no longer waking up with anxiety crushing your chest. It is about looking at your children, or your parents, or your responsibilities, and knowing they will be cared for. It is about peace, and God is not stingy with peace. Some of you have been labeled irresponsible, unlucky, lazy, foolish by others, or even by yourself, because of the battles you've faced financially. But, chosen one, sometimes the lack was not caused by your failure. Sometimes it was caused by timing. Sometimes protection disguised itself as delay. Sometimes the door that closed was not rejection, but redirection. I've lived long enough to understand this truth. God can shut a door today to spare you from chains tomorrow. So yes, there were seasons where you asked, why them and not me? But that question is flipping now. The script is changing. The divine reversal is beginning. The same people who pitied you may witness your rise. The ones who dismissed your efforts may admire your outcome. But the blessing isn't coming to prove them wrong. It's coming to prove God faithful. And hear me carefully. This breakthrough is not just about increase, but alignment. It's about stewarding more, not squandering more. It's about stepping into responsibility with wisdom. It's about carrying success with humility. It's about wealth that builds, not just wealth that buys. Because heaven is not merely transferring provision, heaven is transferring purpose. There will be streams of income you never expected, debts that dissolve, ideas that prosper, strategies that succeed. But more than that, there will be peace that settles, fear that breaks, confidence that rises. Because abundance without peace is just noise. God is giving you both. Chosen one, you are not being lifted so you can boast. You are being lifted so you can breathe, so you can build, so you can become who you were before life bruised you. And I know this. The next chapter won't look like the last. The weight that bowed your shoulders is lifting. The nights you counted coins will be replaced with nights you count blessings. This isn't fantasy. It's divine timing. And it has already begun. Chosen one. As this divine shift unfolds, you must understand something crucial. Heaven's timing is not random. It does not respond to panic nor bow to pressure. It responds to purpose. You are stepping into a moment crafted long before you felt the tension, long before the bills piled up, long before you whispered prayers through tears. The delay you endured did not deny you. It prepared you. It made you ready to handle what is now approaching you. And I want you to hear this deeply. Financial breakthrough is not a reward. It is a recognition of faith that did not fold, a recognition of obedience that did not collapse, a recognition of endurance that did not surrender. The world celebrates results, but heaven honors resilience. The reason this moment feels different is because it is different. You are transitioning from barely surviving into strategic thriving, from desperation into stewardship, from confusion into clarity. The pressure that nearly crushed you is now becoming the foundation that strengthens you. I've lived moments where I had to stretch one meal across 2 days, where I had to decide between paying a bill or buying groceries, where generosity became a luxury I couldn't afford. And in those moments, shame whispered lies louder than truth. I felt unworthy, I felt foolish, I felt forgotten. But, chosen one, heaven has never forgotten you. Heaven does not misplace the faithful. Even when people around you, friends, family, co-workers assumed you were failing, heaven was investing. Even when others saw lack, heaven saw legacy. While they misinterpreted your struggle as punishment, heaven saw it as pruning. I didn't understand that then, But looking back, I realize had I been blessed prematurely, the blessing would have broken me. I didn't just need money, I needed maturity, I needed understanding. I needed to learn that identity does not rise or fall with income. And now I share that with you, not as theory, but as testimony. You are not entering this season to repeat the patterns of the last. You are entering this season to rewrite them, to step into a financial anointing that does not feed ego, but feeds purpose. That doesn't provoke comparison, but provokes compassion. Because this transfer isn't coming just to change your wallet, it's coming to change your walk. Chosen one. There is a reason God puts wealth into the hands of the wise, not just the hands of the willing. Financial blessing is not merely provision, it is permission. Permission to dream again. Permission to build again. Permission to rest without guilt. Permission to be generous without fear. You will notice the shift first, internally. Money will no longer feel like a master, but a tool. Provision will no longer feel like a battle, but a flow. And where anxiety once sat heavy on your chest, peace will settle like morning dew, quiet, soft, undeniable. Some of you have already sensed this shift. You're no longer panicking the way you used to. You're no longer bracing for the worst. Something in your spirit has begun to relax, as if heaven whispered, "It is handled." That whisper was not imagination. You're entering a season where opportunities will pursue you, resources will locate you one, favor will defend you, and peace will sustain you. This is not because you forced it, not because you manipulated it, not because you demanded it, but because it is time. Heaven does not operate on your clock, but it always arrives at the appointed hour. And while this blessing will touch your finances, it will not stop there. It will seep into relationships, bringing reconciliation where there was fracture, understanding where there was silence, unity where there was tension. It will touch identity, removing labels others placed on you, and revealing the worth heaven always saw in you. It will touch purpose, awakening dreams you buried, ideas you abandoned, confidence you lost. You may not understand how, but you will experience it. Just like barren fields bloom after rain, just like dawn breaks after the longest night, your life is entering that moment of recognition. The world will assume it's sudden, but you will know it's sacred. Because sudden breakthroughs are never sudden to God. He has been aligning this moment quietly, patiently, intentionally. While you mourned, He planned. While you doubted, He prepared. While you endured, He built. And now doors will open not by effort, but by assignment. Strategies will form not by stress, but by revelation. Resources will appear not through striving, but through alignment. Chosen one, you are not stepping into random abundance. You are stepping into divine order. This financial shift is not chaotic, it is coordinated. Not reckless, it is redemptive. And as it unfolds, you will realize you are not just receiving blessing, you are becoming a blessing. Your overflow will ripple into households beyond yours, helping, healing, lifting. This is what supernatural transfer looks like. It restores dignity. It rebuilds confidence. It rewrites legacy. And chosen one, it begins now. Chosen one, let me speak directly to the tension you've lived in, the space between faith and frustration, hope and exhaustion, declaration and delay. That space did not break you. It built you. It forged resilience you didn't know you had. It sharpened discernment you didn't realize you were learning. It stretched your spirit until you could carry more than you once thought possible. You see, breakthrough doesn't begin in the bank account. It begins in the heart. It begins in the shift from, "I hope it happens," to, "I am being prepared for what's already written." There is a holy confidence rising in you, not arrogance, not entitlement, but certainty rooted in alignment. Financial blessing is not simply coming to you, it is coming through you. Some of you have been trusted with struggle because you will be trusted with stewardship. You have been faithful in lack, and heaven honors that. You resisted shortcuts. You refused to compromise your integrity. You chose character over convenience. That matters. The world applauds what is seen: titles, possessions, applause. Heaven applauds what is hidden: obedience when no one is watching, faith when results are absent, generosity when resources are thin. Chosen one. That is why this transfer is not accidental, it is assigned. This season is going to reveal what was planted in you long before the hardship ever began. Seeds of resourcefulness, seeds of wisdom, seeds of discernment, seeds of resilience. These seeds survived storms, and now they are ready to bloom, and not in shallow soil, but in deep, matured ground. Let me confess something. There was a time when I mistook blessing for validation. When increase came, I thought it was proof that I finally arrived. But then the season shifted, resources dried, opportunities closed, and I had to learn without applause who I really was. That humility, that pruning, that stripping away of ego, it saved me. Because blessing without identity becomes bondage. Provision without purpose becomes poison. I share that so you understand. This transfer coming to you is not fragile. It will not evaporate like sand through fingers. It will not crumble under pressure. It will not consume you. It will strengthen you. It will stabilize you. It will sustain you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are prepared. You can sense it, can't you? The urgency, the awareness, the quiet, knowing that something is aligning, not just around you, but within you. This is the part most people misunderstand. Breakthrough always happens internally before it manifests externally. Before checks arrive, confidence must revive. Before opportunities open, obedience must deepen. Before promotion manifests, purpose must clarify. This is why you've been feeling the pull to release old mindsets, old relationships, old fears. The blessing is too large to fit into the box of your former identity. You cannot carry a kingdom inheritance with a scarcity mindset. You cannot walk into overflow while clinging to survival thinking. You cannot steward abundance while fearing loss. So heaven has been remodeling your spirit, quietly, consistently, deliberately. That's why old appetites faded. Why certain circles no longer felt aligned. Why some people walked away or were removed. Not because you failed, but because you outgrew the environment that could not sustain your next level. Chosen one, you're not being punished, you're being positioned. Every disappointment became a doorway. Every detour became direction. Every delay became development. And now your capacity has changed. Where anxiety once paralyzed you, now discernment guides you. Where desperation once drove you, now discipline anchors you. Where fear once silenced you, now faith speaks through you. This is what divine preparation looks like. Not glamorous, not public, but essential. And that brings us here to the revelation that financial blessing is not coming to validate your worth, it's coming to activate your assignment. This is why heaven is intentional about timing. Imagine handing car keys to a child. The vehicle is a blessing, but without maturity, it becomes a weapon. Heaven waits not because it withholds, but because it protects. And the waiting you endured was not wasted. It conditioned you to value stewardship, practice discipline, honor alignment, recognize divine timing. This is why when the blessing arrives, you won't waste it proving something. You'll use it building something. There's a difference between income and impact, between possession and purpose, between abundance and assignment. You are being entrusted with assignment, a blessing that expands. Choices, influence, responsibility, reach, legacy. Not so people can say, "Look what they got," but so heaven can declare, "Look what they built." You're entering a season where you won't merely receive, you will partner with destiny. And this is where the shift becomes visible. Suddenly, the same work that once brought exhaustion will bring reward. The same ideas that once seemed impossible will attract support. The same efforts that once felt futile will yield fruit. Not because you changed everything, but because everything changed around you. Divine timing is not coincidence. It is coordination. Like it is written in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven. This is your time, not by chance, not by luck, but by divine appointment. And chosen one, this is only the beginning. Chosen one, now that we have established the sacred significance of this season, I need you to prepare for something many never talk about. What happens when the breakthrough actually begins? Most people only preach about receiving, but very few teach about recognizing. Because supernatural transfer does not always arrive with trumpets and flashing lights. Often, it begins quietly, almost subtly, like a soft shift in atmosphere. You may notice opportunities that once slipped through your fingers suddenly start to stick. People who never noticed your efforts may begin to acknowledge your value. Ideas that once felt overwhelming will suddenly feel actionable. Connections that once required chasing will begin to pursue you instead. This is the beginning. The blessing rarely arrives fully assembled. It arrives as alignment doors, conversations, clarity, and courage converging. And when you see those signs, don't dismiss them. Don't talk yourself out of them. Don't assume it's coincidence. Heaven doesn't deal in coincidence. Your spirit will feel something your mind is still catching up to. Readiness. I remember when my own shift began, not with a sudden deposit or a dramatic miracle, but with discernment. I stopped panicking. I stopped feeling like I needed to chase validation or compete for scraps. I began feeling guided rather than guessing. I began making decisions from peace instead of pressure. That inner shift was the first evidence of outer breakthrough. You may be experiencing that now. You may be feeling less anxious about provision, more confident in your purpose, more detached from fear, more hungry for growth. Those are not random emotional changes. Those are indicators that the spiritual soil is turning. When heaven prepares to bless a person, it first transforms the way they think, the way they speak, and the way they perceive themselves. Because you cannot hold abundance while thinking like a beggar. You cannot steward increase while believing you're unworthy of it. This is why God transforms identity before income. Chosen one, He is shifting your posture. Instead of thinking, "Can I afford this?" you will think, "Am I aligned with this?" Instead of, "I hope things improve," you will declare, "I am walking into what was promised." Instead of, "I don't deserve more," you will affirm, "I am entrusted with more." Heaven honors those who can be transformed privately before they are elevated publicly. And that's why your journey matters. Because when the blessing comes, and it will, you won't cling to it with fear. You'll steward it with faith. You won't flaunt it for validation. You'll channel it for assignment. You will give freely without fear of lack. You will invest wisely without panic. You will sow generously without hesitation, because your heart has already changed. The greatest evidence that your breakthrough is near is not in what you have, but in what you no longer fear losing. When you reach the point where lack no longer terrorizes you, the enemy loses his greatest weapon. You become unshakable. I learned this the hard way. There was a season where losing terrified me. I clung to every dollar, every opportunity, every ounce of progress. My identity was tied to achievement. But then, everything fell apart. Not once, twice. And in that collapse, I discovered what I never knew before. I could survive what I feared most. I could rebuild. I could rise. I could start again. That revelation changed me. It taught me that blessing is not just the presence of provision, it's the absence of fear. And when that fear broke, something unlocked in my life. Doors opened, ideas prospered, relationships shifted. Financial blessings began to appear in places I never expected. Because I was no longer enslaved to survival. I was available for purpose. Chosen one, you are crossing that threshold too. You may not realize it fully yet, but your spirit does. You are being prepared to handle unexpected income, supernatural provision, strategic promotion, divine partnerships, and financial freedom, with dignity, humility, and authority. And yes, this transformation will shock people. Those who overlooked you will be humbled. Those who dismissed you will be silenced. Those who judged you will witness your rise. But hear me, this is not revenge. This is redemption. This is restoration. You are not being elevated to prove them wrong. You are being elevated to prove heaven right. And that is why your blessing will be undeniable, not because of extravagance, but because of alignment. It will arrive in a way that no one can attribute to coincidence. It will unfold in a way no one can credit to mere luck. It will manifest in a way that makes others say, only God could have orchestrated that. This is how supernatural transfer works. It is not loud, but it is undeniable. It is not rushed, but it is unstoppable. It is not random, but it is precise. And as it manifests, something even deeper will awaken in you. Purpose. Because financial blessing without purpose is empty. But financial blessing with purpose is legacy. You were not chosen just to rise. You were chosen to rebuild, to restore, to revive, not just your household, but others. Your blessing will ripple. Your testimony will open doors. Your overflow will break chains. This is bigger than money. This is about mantle. And you, chosen one, are ready. Chosen one, now that the atmosphere around you is shifting, we must speak about something rarely addressed but absolutely vital: discernment. Because when God begins to elevate you, when the blessing starts to manifest, when the financial transfer begins, new challenges will arise alongside new opportunities. Blessing attracts attention. Elevation draws eyes. Increase exposes intentions. Not everyone who claps for you is aligned with you. Not everyone who congratulates you is celebrating you. Some people applaud only to get close enough to take. I learned this when my own breakthrough began. People who once ignored me suddenly became interested. Those who doubted me began inquiring about my plans. The same individuals who were silent when I struggled suddenly had advice when I succeeded. And I realized something. Some people love you most when you need them least. Chosen one, the blessing will reveal more than the promise. It will reveal people. It will expose motives. It will sift relationships. This is why discernment is crucial. Not to create suspicion, but to protect the sacred. Your next season is not for everyone. Your table will not have a chair for every acquaintance. Your circle is about to become smaller, not larger. As you rise, God will prune. He will remove those who drain, distract, or deceive. He will distance you from those who feed on your insecurity. He will disconnect you from people who celebrate your stagnation but fear your growth. This is not punishment. This is protection. because you cannot carry divine abundance surrounded by voices rooted in lack. You cannot steward supernatural blessing locked in conversations built on limitation. Chosen one, elevation demands separation, not because you are better, but because you are becoming. Some will not understand this. Some will label you. Some will call you distant or changed. Let them. Growth requires grief. New levels require leaving old patterns. And yes, it hurts. It hurts to walk away from people you once prayed for. It hurts to release friendships you thought would last forever. It hurts to outgrow environments where you once belonged. I know. There was a season where I stayed small because I feared losing people. I silenced my dreams because I didn't want to make others uncomfortable. I lowered my standards because I didn't want to seem prideful. But in doing so, I buried myself. And God whispered something that shook me. You are shrinking for people who would never stretch for you. That moment changed everything. I stopped apologizing for evolving. I stopped dimming my light to make others feel brighter. I stopped carrying guilt for growing. Chosen one, you are entering that same awakening. You will no longer feel obligated to stay where God is calling you out of. Promotion is calling. Purpose is calling. Destiny is calling. And not everyone can go. Some relationships were seasonal. Some connections were assignments, not lifelong covenants. Some people were meant to teach you, not travel with you. This next chapter requires boundaries, clarity, courage, self-respect, and spiritual maturity. You will no longer chase after people who consistently choose lesser versions of themselves. You will no longer tolerate conversations rooted in gossip instead of growth. You will no longer accept energy that drains you instead of fuels you, because the blessing you are stepping into is holy. The wealth being released is sacred. The calling on your life is not casual. God is entrusting you with influence, not to impress others, but to impact others. And that impact requires that you protect your peace. Chosen one, hear me clearly. Your peace is not optional. Your mental clarity is not negotiable. Your emotional balance is not a luxury. It is your warfare. It is your shield. Without peace, blessing becomes burden. Without clarity, opportunity becomes chaos. So God is teaching you to guard your mind, your time, your energy, your focus, your finances, because you are not entering a season of survival. You are entering a season of stewardship, and stewardship requires wisdom. Some doors will look right, but feel wrong. Some offers will sound good, but sit heavy on your spirit. Some partnerships will seem promising, but drain your purpose. Listen to your discernment. If peace leaves, God is not in it. If clarity disappears, wisdom is warning you. If excitement fades and anxiety rises, the Spirit is speaking. Discernment will save you from counterfeit opportunities, manipulative people, draining partnerships, hidden agendas, and spiritual sabotage. Because when the blessing comes, counterfeits come too. I experienced this firsthand. When God began increasing my influence, I encountered people who wanted access, not relationship, wanted benefit, not connection, wanted information, not wisdom. Their language was flattering, but their intentions were self-serving. And God reminded me, not every open door is divine. Some doors are traps. Some platforms are prisons. But when God opens a door, it brings peace, clarity, growth, protection, not confusion, not chaos. The right door from heaven will require faith, not fear. Chosen one, discernment is not about mistrust. It is about alignment, because blessing without boundaries invites betrayal. Elevation without wisdom invites exploitation. You are being trained to recognize both blessing and bait. And this training is not punishment, it is preparation. Because the higher you rise, the more careful you must be with who you allow close. Your future cannot be stewarded by people who are addicted to your past. This is your pruning season, not to diminish you, but to define you. And when the pruning is complete, you will stand surrounded not by many, but by the right few. A circle that honors your calling, supports your growth, protects your peace, and aligns with your destiny. Chosen one, this is not isolation. This is elevation. Chosen one, now that you understand the necessity of discernment and divine separation, we must move into the heart of what this video has been leading you toward, the supernatural financial transfer and elevation that heaven is releasing. But before you receive it, you must understand this truth. God's blessings are not random, they are strategic, they are purposeful, they are timed, and they are given not just to increase your lifestyle, but to expand your impact. This next wave of blessing is not only about bills being paid or debts being cleared, although those things will happen. It is about the release of resources that align with destiny, the kind of wealth that funds assignments, the kind of opportunities that lift not only you, but those connected to you. Because chosen one, abundance is not merely about possession, it is about purpose. You are stepping into a season where your finances will no longer be dictated by fear, lack, or survival. You have known those seasons. You have known the quiet panic of watching expenses rise faster than income. You have known the weight on your chest when deadlines approached. You have known what it feels like to hold your breath when checking your balance. I know because I lived it too. There were nights when I stared at the ceiling calculating numbers again and again, trying to stretch what couldn't stretch, trying to solve what I didn't have the tools to fix. And yet, in those tightest seasons, something unexpected happened. I discovered God's faithfulness in a deeper way than I ever had in times of comfort. It was in the lack that I learned to listen. It was in the struggle that I learned to trust. It was in the impossibility that I learned to believe. And when the breakthrough finally came, I realized something profound. The blessing wasn't just the money. The blessing was the maturity. The blessing was the wisdom, the discipline, the stewardship, the clarity. Chosen one, the same will be true for you. You are not stepping into wealth as someone naive or unprepared. You are entering this season having already learned how to prioritize ins, how to value, how to trust, how to wait, how to pray. The wilderness made you wise. The drought made you disciplined. The delay made you discerning. And now the blessing will not break you, it will build you. Let me tell you something few teach. Financial elevation without spiritual grounding becomes a trap. Success without purpose becomes emptiness. But when heaven aligns both, resources and revelation, increase and integrity, favor and foundation, you become unstoppable. You will not waste what you are about to receive. You will not mishandle it. You will not sabotage it, because you have already tasted lack and you refuse to return to it. This is why the transfer is coming now. Not earlier, you needed wisdom. Not later, the timing is ripe. This is your Kairos moment. Not just a season of more, but a season of divine alignment. Opportunities will arrive that do not match your resume. Doors will open that you did not knock on. Income streams will appear from ideas you once abandoned. People will say, "How did that happen? How did you qualify? How did they pick you?" And the only honest answer will be favor, not luck, not chance, not manipulation, favor. Because the blessing that's coming will be too precise, too timely, and too supernatural. to be credited to coincidence. God is not giving you scraps. He is releasing overflow, not to inflate ego, but to fulfill assignment. You will fund dreams, break generational patterns, build legacy, create opportunities, open doors for others. This is what the transfer is about. It is not about flashy wealth. It is about holy stewardship. Let me make it plain. You will not only receive enough to survive, you will have enough to sow. There is a difference between wealth that feeds self and wealth that fuels purpose. The first fades, the second multiplies. And chosen one, you are marked for the second. Some of you will start businesses that lift families out of poverty. Some will launch ministries that restore hope. Some will create jobs, write books, mentor others, or invest in causes heaven assigns. Your abundance will not end with you. It will pass through you. You will be a conduit, not a container. You will bless without fear of running out. You will give without anxiety. You will sow without hesitation, because you will know the source, not the bank, not the job, not the client, not the market, but the source. And when you know the source, you no longer fear supply. You become bold, strategic, purposeful, generous. Chosen one, I need you to grasp this. Lack taught you responsibility. Struggle taught you gratitude. Delay taught you humility. Now abundance will teach you impact. You are not just being rescued from scarcity. You are being positioned to dismantle it. For yourself, for your household, for generations. There will be a day, remember these words, when you will look back and realize the miracle wasn't just what I gained, it was who I became. Because wealth without transformation is temporary, but wealth with purpose is eternal. Chosen one, the financial blessing is coming, and it will not be subtle. It will not be small. It will not be accidental. It will be deliberate, designed, divine, not so you can say, I made it, but so you can declare, I was entrusted. You are not stepping into riches. You are stepping into responsibility. And that responsibility will not crush you. It will crown you. Chosen one, now that you understand the purpose behind the blessing and the sacred responsibility attached to it, we must confront something even deeper, your identity. Because no matter how much abundance heaven releases, if you still see yourself through the lens of lack, you will live beneath your inheritance. You cannot walk in the authority of a king while thinking like a servant. You cannot embrace the mantle of stewardship while clinging to the mindset of scarcity. This is why God has been reshaping your identity long before releasing provision. The financial blessing is not the beginning. The heart transformation was. Because if the abundance comes, but the self-worth remains broken, you will sabotage the very thing you prayed for. So now, chosen one, heaven is aligning your inner beliefs with your outer blessing. You are not stepping into this season as a beggar, a burden, a backup plan, or an afterthought. You are stepping into it as one who is chosen, equipped, refined, and ready. But hear this clearly. You cannot take old identities into new seasons. There are labels you must let go of. I'm not enough. I always struggle. I don't deserve good things. I'm too late. People like me never get ahead. Those were lies, not truth, not prophecy, not destiny. They were words born from wounds, not from heaven. And if you keep rehearsing them, they will limit you more than poverty ever did. Chosen one, identity is the soil where blessing is planted. If the soil is poisoned with doubt, shame, or unworthiness, the seed cannot grow. So God has been healing you inwardly, before elevating you outwardly. He has been stripping away the voice of comparison, silencing the echo of failure, the spessa, healing the fracture of rejection, restoring your sense of value, rebuilding your confidence. This is not ego. This is alignment. You cannot steward blessing while believing you don't deserve it, because when you believe you're unworthy, you sabotage blessings, you apologize for favor, you shrink from opportunity, and you hand your promise to those more confident but less called. I lived this personally. There was a season where I received opportunities, ones I had prayed for, dreamed about, and waited for. And when they arrived, I stepped back, not because I lacked ability, but because I lacked belief. I convinced myself others were more qualified. I doubted my value. I second-guessed my worth. And I watched open doors close, not because God withheld them, but because I walked away from them, until God confronted me with a question that pierced my soul. Why do you speak over yourself what I never said about you? That moment changed everything. I realized humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking accurately about yourself. Seeing yourself through heaven's eyes, not insecurity's shadow. Chosen one, the same is happening in you. You are no longer permitted to water down your gift, minimize your calling, apologize for your blessing, or hide your potential. This is a season of embracing, not shrinking. Embracing your anointing, intelligence, creativity, leadership, uniqueness. Some will misunderstand. Some will accuse you of arrogance. Some will be uncomfortable with your confidence. But hear this, their discomfort is not your assignment. You were not chosen to remain small, so others feel safe. You were chosen to rise so others see possibility. Confidence in who God made you to be is not pride. It is stewardship. Because if you do not believe in your calling, you cannot fulfill it. If you do not honor your gift, you cannot multiply it. If you do not value your purpose, you cannot walk in it. So, heaven is whispering, you are who I say you are. Not who trauma tried to name you. Not who past relationships labeled you. Not who fear convinced you. You are called. You are capable. You are equipped. You are chosen. And you must now live like it. Speak like it. Think like it. Plan like it. Give like it. Build like it. Because wealth without identity becomes waste. But wealth with identity becomes legacy. And that is what you are stepping into. Not just abundance, but legacy. A legacy that breaks cycles, rewrites stories, alters generational patterns, shifts family trees, opens educational opportunity, funds purpose, inspires those who follow Beta. You are not receiving blessing only for your lifetime. You are receiving blessing that will ripple beyond it. This is why identity matters, because legacy is not built by the insecure. It is built by the aligned, chosen one. The moment you begin to believe you are who God called you to be, doors unlock, ideas awaken, dreams revive, courage returns, vision clarifies, possibility expands, because limitation was never lack, it was self-perception. Change that, and everything changes. You are not stepping into wealth as an imposter. You are stepping into it as an heir, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a victor over it. You have survived too much, endured too long, and grown too deeply to play small now. It's time to own the blessing, embrace the responsibility, and embody the identity. Not tomorrow, not when others approve, not when fear subsides. Now, because when you finally see yourself through heaven's eyes, You will stop chasing permission and start walking in authority. You are not becoming, you are emerging. Chosen one, now that your identity is aligned with your calling, we must address the final and most transformative revelation, surrender. Because while blessing requires stewardship and breakthrough requires faith, sustained abundance requires surrender. Many people pray for increase, but few prepare for it. Many desire wealth, but few ask God what He wants done with it. Many want doors to open, but few ask which ones should stay closed. But you are different, because you are not seeking success for ego. You are seeking alignment for destiny. And that is why heaven trusts you. Surrender is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the recognition that the same God who opens the door knows how to direct your steps through it. When you surrender, fear loses power. Doubt loses influence. Anxiety loses authority. Control loses its grip. And peace fills the space where panic once lived. Surrender is saying, God, I trust you, even with what I cannot predict. It is releasing the illusion that you must orchestrate every detail. It is recognizing that the weight of provision was never meant to rest on your shoulders alone. Chosen one, surrender is not passive. It is powerful. It turns fear into faith. It turns pressure into peace. It turns striving into flowing. Because when you release control, you activate divine strategy. Your next season will require less force and more flow, less proving and more positioning, less striving and more surrender. This is not the hustle culture. This is the kingdom culture. God is not elevating you so you can exhaust yourself climbing. He is elevating you so you can learn to receive. The blessing that is coming will not require manipulation or begging or scarcity mindset. It will come through alignment. Alignment with timing, alignment with purpose, alignment with identity, alignment with surrender. And hear this, the wealth coming into your life is not solely financial. Yes, money is included. Yes, provision is coming. Yes, debts will be lifted. But that is only part of the blessing. You are being given wisdom, discernment, strategy, peace, influence, clarity, creativity, ideas, partnerships, favor, and the spiritual capacity to hold them. Because what is wealth without peace? What is promotion without purpose? What is success without identity? What is overflow without gratitude? God does not give incomplete blessings. He gives whole ones. Blessings that build, not break. Blessings that sustain, not suffocate. Blessings that grow, not crush. And now, chosen one, you are ready. Ready not because you are perfect, but because you are surrendered. Ready not because you have mastered everything, but because you have yielded what you cannot control. Ready not because you have all the answers, but because you trust the one who does. This is the posture heaven rewards. This is the heart that can be trusted with much. This is the spirit that can carry legacy. So I say this prophetically. You are stepping into a season where open doors will greet you, provision will follow you, ideas will prosper, relationships will align, opportunities will multiply for, peace will anchor you, Tufa, and favor will surround you like a shield. The barren places will bloom, the dry places will flow, the hopeless places will revive. You will not simply survive, you will thrive. You will not only rise, you will remain. You will not just receive, you will release. Not crumbs, but overflow. Not leftovers, but legacy. Because this is not ordinary increase. It is a supernatural transfer. a divine release, a heaven-ordained elevation. And when it manifests, you will not say, "I did this." You will say, "God entrusted me with this." And the world will witness not only what you gained, but who you became: a steward, a vessel, a light, a leader, not defined by wealth, but refined by purpose, not driven by ego, but led by vision, not fueled by fear, but anchored in surrender. And when you look back years from now, you will mark this season, this moment, as the turning point. The moment where fear lost its grip, worth was restored, purpose awakened, blessing flowed, and surrender sealed it. Chosen one, this is not the end. This is the unveiling. This is the launching. This is the genesis of a new chapter, one filled with peace in your home, clarity in your mind, strength in your spirit, and abundance in your hands. You are not walking into wealth blindly. You are stepping into it boldly, with wisdom, with identity, with stewardship, with surrender. And heaven smiles, because you are ready. You are prepared. You are positioned. You are trusted. This is not just breakthrough. This is becoming. Chosen one, as we stand at the end of this message, I want you to take a moment and breathe with awareness, with reverence, because what you feel right now is not coincidence. It is confirmation. You are standing in the exact Kairos moment heaven appointed for you. The shift has already begun, and the supernatural transfer that has been stirring in the unseen is now moving toward the seen. Chosen one, hear this in your spirit. You are not waiting for breakthrough. You are stepping into breakthrough. The seeds you planted in faith, the tears you prayed in silence, the battles you endured without applause. Heaven has counted every one. Now, a divine exchange is taking place. Where there was lack, provision is coming. Where there was confusion, clarity is settling. Where there was delay, acceleration is being released. Walk forward with confidence, not because the path is predictable, but because the one guiding you is faithful. Stay aligned with the voice of God. Stay anchored in gratitude. Stay humble in abundance. You are not being blessed to boast. You are being entrusted to steward. And as you leave this moment, carry this truth. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are chosen, positioned, and prepared. If this word resonated with your spirit, you may type, "I receive it," in the comments, not for attention, but as a witness to heaven. Until we meet again, stay expectant, stay obedient, stay surrendered. Your breakthrough is not on the way. It has begun. God bless you, chosen one.